Where is that weather radio? I know it is here somewhere. Oh, dadgummit. Shoot. Maintenance. Hi, it's Jerry with I Love RV Life. Today's maintenance day. You've already seen it. It just happens. It doesn't matter how well your RV is built. Travel and just vibration just has an impact. The other thing that's different than our, say, sticks and bricks home is sometimes our RVs go through very extreme temperature changes. This one has been sitting for a week or so at our home, and it's hot here. I mean, it's been up in the mid 90s and the sun has been beating on it. And now we've taken it out on the road and it's much cooler temperatures. And what happens with wood, when wood gets hot, it expands, and when it gets cooler, it contracts. And what we're finding that in those instances, sometimes we have a little bit of maintenance that's associated with it. You take that, vibration of the road, things happen. I don't know if you've had this happen before. This is aggravating. The hinges pop out of these. I'm not going to do this one yet, but these are those recess type hinges. You'll see this as I start the repair. I don't want to break something here. The good news is the fix is simple and so far permanent. What I should have done when this first started happening, I should have done this to all the cabinet doors, but let's face it, I enjoy RV life and I don't want to do maintenance all the time. So I've just waited until the problem happens, and the problem has happened again on this door. Interesting, I fixed this side about a year ago and now the other side has popped out. So I'm going to show you a quick fix on how to really do a permanent repair on these cabinet doors and keep these things from popping out. So watch, I'll show you what we do. First thing I'm going to do, I've got this little inexpensive Black & Decker drill. It's every camper should have one. I didn't pay a whole lot for it, but it's the handiest thing for maintenance. You could do this with a hand screwdriver, but you don't have to. The other thing you'll find out is that campers are put together with, can you make this out? I don't know whether it will focus. Square bits. So let's just go ahead and take this thing out. I'm going to be very, very careful. Oh, doggone it. I don't want to do any damage here. And I'm going to be doing this by myself today, so I don't have a second set of hands. So, but I think just be careful. These have got these little spring latches here, and they're easy to take out. No big deal. And if you don't have a second set of hands, this really isn't too bad. There we go. Be very careful. So you can actually see, here's the hinge. It stayed. So that's not going to be hard to take out. There we go. And here's the hinge. Let's see if we can't fix this thing. I don't think it's going to be too bad. The fix for the cabinet door, it's pretty simple. The biggest issue from a time constraint issue is giving some glue time to set up where we're going to make a permanent fix where the hinge goes in for the screws. I use a product by JB Weld. This is actually called JB Quick. It's a 2-part epoxy. You can use a number of different things. I've tried this. I've been doing these repairs for several years, and when I do a repair, the doors do not come back out and break again. But this is a nice little product. It's relatively inexpensive. You can get it anywhere. You can get it at your hardware stores. You can get it at your Walmarts, your Lowe's, your Home Depots, things like that. But I use JB Quick. The reason I use JB Quick over the regular JB Weld epoxy is this sets up much quicker and seems to be quite effective for something like this. So I'm going to need this. Here's where we're going to really get high tech. I'm going to need a paper plate and a toothpick. And of course you're going to need some type of a screwdriver, and I'm going to use my drill. Let me show you what we're going to do to fix this pretty fast. The repair is pretty simple. What you see here is these small little plastic inserts that go inside these holes here. And what happens, again, what I believe happens over time is that either vibration or just the hot and cold that we experience inside these campers, this eventually expands. This is real wood, but it still happens. And then that vibration, especially these doors are located on the back of the fifth wheel, and they probably get a little bit more vibration than we do anywhere else. So I'm going to take the screws out quickly. And these are those little plastic inserts. You can see there's not a whole lot to them. I could just probably press them back in. It may or may not work. Then there's an old carpenter's trick that you'll hear people talk about. And I really believe it works better if you don't have these plastic inserts in here. But if you just had a screw hole and it's wallowed out, sometimes you can put a little Elmer's glue on it and a toothpick and snap it off in there and then replace the screw back in there. But since these have these plastic inserts, that's not going to work for me. I'll go ahead and share that with you. A reason I know that, and I tried and it failed. So this is going to be the best workaround. So let me show you the little glue mixture, and then we'll fix this up real quick and be done with it. Just take a couple minutes. There's two parts to the glue process. One is called a still, the other is called a hardener. One thing that I will caution you is once you take the caps off, make sure you don't reverse them or you'll never get them off. So really, it doesn't take very much. I'm just going to squirt maybe, I don't know, you can see just a small little dot here on each one of these. And this is the hardener, and you see it just about equal amounts. This isn't very scientific, just get it close to the eye. I'm going to take my toothpick and I'm going to mix them up really, really well. Now you do not have much time. This is not one of those things that you can mix and come back an hour later. If you do, you'll have a little gray blob of very hardened glue. So it doesn't take much to mix this up with this toothpick. And you'll see the little holes here. And I'm going to take this glue and just, nobody's going to see this but you. The hinge is going to hide it, so if you get a little bit of excess on the sides, the whirl's not going to come to an end. And I'm going to put this inside. And again, I have done this more times than I want to admit. I've never had a hinge fail once I've done this. I think the first one popped off 4 years ago. And it seems some pop worse than the others. Now then, here's the little plastic fitting. I'm going to square this up and push it back in. Now if you do this on your nice countertops, just be very, very careful. I'm going to use a back of a screwdriver and just kind of tap that in really good. Be careful, don't break your glass. And here's the other one. I'm going to put it in now. And see, that one is not going to be that one is my culprit. That one just slid right in. This one is just being downright aggravating. Okay, the package says this sets up in 6 minutes, and then this will cure in 4 hours. So we're going to come back in a couple hours and we're going to finish this up and put it all back up, and I think we'll be really happy with the results. Here we go. This is just going to take a minute. I'm going to place the hinge back in place, and I'm going to take my drill. Do not, if you're going to use a drill, don't get carried away with it. You will ruin that plastic. Just pull it up nice and snug. You'll fill it. Or if you don't trust that, set your, like I'm going to set this on 5. There we go. All right, so that's in there nice and tight. Let's go over here and put it back up. These doors aren't very heavy. I mean, I'm holding it with one hand. It's pretty simple. It's easier if you have a second set of hands. Joan's out running errands today, so tag I'm it. But this won't take me just a minute, so let's see how many times I drop a screw. Probably more than once. The hinges actually have a little bit of a slot, at least these do, to help you get started. And once you get that first screw in, there's your first hand. I'm just going to kind of pull it up snug. I'm not going to go too far with it. Good start. Helps to have the right bit in the screwdriver. Just snug now, don't get too carried away and strip them out. Look at that! Good as new. Works, permanent. I don't have to worry about that thing popping loose again. I've got repairs in here where I've done this 3 or 4 years ago. Solid as a rock, and it doesn't harm anything. You can always take the screws back out if you wanted to. Say you wanted to paint this. Does not glue the screws in. The only thing that we're doing is gluing those little plastic inserts in there and making sure that they're good and tight. Works perfect. I've done this on several in here in the last 3 or 4 years. I have never had an issue with any of the ones that I've repaired, and I will never have an issue with that one again, I can assure you. Even though it's back here in the back of the camper going bang, 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 bang down these old bumpy roads, it's going to stay in place. So, a nice little Black & Decker drill. If you don't have this guy, it's inexpensive. You can buy it at the Walmarts or wherever else, or I'll put you a link down below where you can buy it off of Amazon if you're interested in buying something that's relatively inexpensive. And I use it all the time in all my maintenance repairs. Look, you saw how quickly it was to be able to repair this door. It makes it very, very fast. Look, $2, $3, and a little bit of JB Quick Weld. And you just use, 2 little small drops, stir it up, put it with a toothpick, boom, you're done. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? And it's fixed. So when my RV and my camper is repaired and working well, get ready, here it comes. That's one of the reasons I love RV life.